Again, the reason this is called achieving racial equity and inclusion in business, education, wealth, and health, it's in all of our systems. That means we're all complicit. But what's the good news about that is that means we can all be a part of the solution. So if you work for one of those companies that has made a grand declaration about what they're going to do for equity and inclusion, we're asking you to join this movement, this grassroots movement, to really add a little additional pressure to those CEOs who, for years, you'll hear you'll hear Bill talk about this. This is not a new conversation. These same CEOs who said that they are 100% focused on changing things, this is a conversation we've had for years. So what we're bringing to you is a new conversation, a new activation, the opportunity to truly transform.
It's not enough to talk about it. It's not enough to, at some level, it's not enough to protest about it. It ought to be a call to action for us to do some things differently about it. And that's really what the essay was about. It was about the responsibility that we all have to change the status quo, to make a difference, to address systemic racism in some concrete ways that ultimately will lead to its demise. It's also a recognition that we have to hold ourselves accountable.
I want to draw awareness to the things that you don't want to talk about, that you want to sweep underneath the rug. That is the reality of the life that we live day in and day out. I'm done with trying to make you feel like it's okay. It's not your problem. It's not your fault. It is your problem. And until you recognize and realize that it is your problem, you're not going to do anything about it.
What it is that we need to really do in organizations. And they know, quite frankly, they know what they need to do. There is a CEO action plan that started about, 3 years ago, in 2017. And there are now well over 1,000 companies that have signed on with a commitment, a stated commitment to furthering diversity and advancing diversity and inclusion in the business. Yet and still today, we still see the tremendous disparities that have resulted from, I'll call it, false promises.
And again, the four themes that emerged around why that persists and continues to be a problem: unconscious bias, inequitable performance standards, lack of support systems, and CEO accountability measures.
Systems of inequity flourish because they convince people that they are powerless to stop them. That's it.
Hold on. No. You got to say that again. You got to say that again. Pause, uno momento.
Can't do it.
That's foundational. Systems of inequity exist because people believe they are powerless to change them.
Right.
We've got to be prepared for when this isn't the issue of the moment, and still work and still push forward, because it doesn't happen by itself. It happens because people make the effort on an ongoing basis, on a systemic basis, if you will, to change things.